Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy, and this is going to be a video going over the future of gaming mouse mods. Here with me, I have a few basically forbidden mice, a plastic wireless Viper Mini, and an Air58 wireless. But the big difference with these compared to other mouse mods I've reviewed in the past is that these are 4K Hertz compatible. They're using Viper V2 Pro internals, which marks a shift in just the mouse modding space. Everything I had used up until this point was either G305 internals or Deluxe M800, which just really aren't on par with like the best of the best wireless implementations. So what you do is you basically buy a refurbished or renewed Viper V2 Pro for $100. It doesn't matter how the actual mouse is because internally it's going to be fine. And then Silent G, who I reviewed a GPX Superlight from in the past, just worked some magic on these. I honestly have no idea what's going on internally, but all I know is I received these mice and they're 4K Hertz compatible with shells that don't have like a standard wireless version. I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask like when the actual Viper Mini wireless is going to release, and it's looking like summer. I don't understand how Silent G, just a guy from Minnesota, can throw the V2 Pro PCB, make it work in a Viper Mini shell, but it's like taking Razer years to just do that. It's kind of wild to me. I would presume he's offering this as a service with select mice, but I think it really is the best idea if you have a shape, let's say the NPO1S from Vaxi, ZA13 from Zowie, that you just really like and you know that you just want like an endgame 4K Hertz version of it in wireless form. I mean, I think that this is the most convincing, most true to stock mouse mod I have tried so far. The click implementation really surprised me with the final mouse shell, like a 5-year-old mouse shell, but it just works perfectly fine with the optical switches. There is a good bit of like pre-travel on mouse 2, but it's not really a issue that I noticed. Side buttons feel pretty solid as well. There is definitely a bit of play, but remember, this is like a 5-year-old shell that I have put a decent amount of time on. The weight on the Air58 is nothing crazy. I didn't have him like chop it up to some crazy extent. It's like 63, 64 grams. It's balanced well though, and since it's a large mouse, it just feels nice in hand. Like if you enjoy the Air58 shape, there's no reason you won't enjoy it a bit more in wireless. And with the Viper Mini, unfortunately, I did run into one quality issue, but it was most likely just caused in transit because it is a click issue. As you can hear, really no problems, but when I go to the right side, the click won't activate. So I messaged Silent G about it. He said if I was a normal customer, he would happily replace and even offered to replace mine. But since I'm not really going to be maining this or anything and just using it for the review, I was able to make it work in game by just clicking on the left side. So yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. It's not like the mouse was poorly packed either. It just came in the stock Viper Mini box. But yeah, comparing this to the Viper Mini Signature Edition, the shapes, because of the holes in the Signature Edition, it really does just feel slightly lower profile in hand. It's hard to describe, but having the more full mouse just makes it a bit more consistently grippable for claw grip, in my opinion. For fingertip, you're not really going to notice much of a difference. There is a around 8-gram difference in weight, I believe, with the standard plastic modded version being heavier, but like I said, the balancing is very good, and all around it's just a great experience. So is the Signature Edition though. I've been using it a lot. This is probably my most used mouse since it released, and I mean, it's a fucking great mouse. So it's $280. Honestly, the price of a Viper Mini mod would probably come out to a similar amount, presuming you don't have either the Viper Mini or the V2 Pro to send to him, because then you'll have to account for the price of those as well. I would presume the service charge is somewhere between $150 and $200. So yeah, this is definitely not for everybody, but I just really, after trying these mice, I did feel like they were the truth and just way better than any 3D printed experience, because it is legitimately the stock shell. It's not even a 3D printed base, which I have seen is getting popular as well with crafted mice. They offer one for the Starlight where you can get a 4K Hertz compatible base, and then just put the Starlight shell on top, Viper V2 Pro internals inside, and then you get a 4K Starlight. So that's an option as well, but I do think these refurbished Viper V2 Pros have really elevated the mouse modding game. I'm not going to go too into depth about really how these mice feel, because like I said, you guys can imagine a Viper Mini in wireless form in plastic. When Razer finally comes out with it, it's going to feel like this, I would imagine, and it's going to be really fucking nice. One thing to note with these mods in specific is you can see that the charging port is just pretty deep in the mouse, and it's not really a big deal in my opinion. It just makes for a little interactive game when you're trying to fish the charger into the port. But yeah, I really don't have too much else to say. The Air58 in specific was just a very dope mouse to use from an enthusiast perspective, because for years now people have been asking why no Final Mouse Air58 wireless. It seems like they kind of just abandoned it, even though they are hinting they're coming back to it with the Ultralight X. But yeah, just having a 4K Hertz wireless Air58, that's just fucking sick. It's probably gonna just sit on my shelf like the masterpiece it is. So yeah, that's really all the point of this video was, to just show off some dope mouse mods. If anybody is interested in these or other mods, I'll leave a link to both Silent G's website and Discord. He did do these mods for me free of charge, but I did obviously send and buy the Viper VG Pro PCBs to him, so I mean, you might think I'm fucking biased, but honestly, I just think these are better mouse mods than anything else. If other people are doing the exact same service, feel free to get it from them. You know, I just think the idea of 4K Hertz internals on standard shells, it's kind of the move. There's no notable issues with quality aside from that one click thing on my Viper Mini wireless. So yeah, I can really just vouch it. That's going to be all. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Lots of mouse content coming in the upcoming weeks, including a new tier list. But yeah,